Well, I guess I don't know where to start at. I haven't did YouTube in a long time. Um, really long time. But I guess I should turn my TV down because I am watching Chrisley Knows Best. And my lighting, if you can tell, I'm watching TV. Sorry about that. That sucks. Dang. Huh. Well, anyway, I guess I wanted to come on here because 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago, I got skin removal. It's my 5th surgery. And on my arms, I got these nice compression sleeves on, and they're on my arms now. I wish I had like a different picture of how I did it before, but this was, I believe, my final surgery. After 5 skin removal surgeries and almost 120 pounds lost. It has been a rocky road. Recovery is something hard. Having worked in 3 weeks because the drains, I wasn't expecting the drains. I thought that I was going to be okay in 2 weeks, and that was not the case. I actually had the drains in, which was really surprising. I wasn't expecting that. So I woke up with drains, and if you can imagine me, I'm really clumsy. I trip on them. I'm almost yanking them out. I mean, my drains came open when I was sleeping. Oh, it was a mess. But this time I had a home health care nurse, which I think it benefited me, or it just gave me a peace of mind. But just doing surgeries alone, it's really hard. It kind of tests how much your strength is. Gosh, I'm so sorry about this lighting. Oh, it's irritating. I know it's going to ruin somebody's eyesight. But basically, I cannot lift probably anything over 10 pounds. I have scarring from my armpit to, well, not scarring, incisions from my armpit to my elbow. So even though the stitches internally have healed, it's when I went back to my second post-op today, this lighting is going to ruin me, and it's going to be the death of me. Gosh, I wish I could change this right now. But since I'm doing it on my phone and not my camera, then there's nothing I can do. So I'm sorry about that. You know, I'm trying to put it in perspective that when the stitches are healed internally, it doesn't mean that they're healed externally, which means there is a risk of ripping them open, which is why they do not want me to return back to work full time and going there every single day because they're afraid of that risk. And they have now put me on telework for 2 more weeks until my next post-op visit. And if anybody is asking, did it hurt? Yes, it did hurt. Surgeries hurt. They all hurt. There is nothing to say you're getting cut open. I don't know what to explain why they wouldn't hurt. But, you know, it's just something that people go through, and I think that it's just something that you go through, and you get feverish, you don't eat, which I don't eat. I probably eat like once a day, not because I had weight loss surgery, because I'm just not hungry. I just don't really eat. And going back to the stitches and everything like that, they don't want me overdoing anything because they are prone to opening back up, and that's a whole nother thing of healing again. So yeah, basically I have been homebound. This is probably the longest I've been down, but then again, I wasn't working during my other surgeries, so I probably took the amount of time of downtime that I did this time, but it's been different because of just working with FMLA, and it's kind of frustrating. But just to make sure you're healed and everything like that, as a precaution, they make sure they did that. And it was emotional today because I knew it was the last time that I was probably going to be with them. But I see them in 2 weeks again, so really not emotional. But as people know, I do call my doctors, Dr. Yang and Dr. Gray, because their personalities match each one of them. So I did give them surgery gifts, as people may have seen on my social media or anything like that. I gave them gifts because, I mean, we've had a relationship for 3 years. And it's longer than most relationships that I've probably ever been in my life. So I owed them everything because they kind of saved my life. And, you know, it's hard to say goodbye to them, but it's been a journey. I don't cry, but with them, it's been emotional. And that doctor-patient relationship was very important with me. They gave me very much tough love, and I get questions asked, how did I get rid of the weight and stuff like that? I didn't do any diets. I didn't do weight loss surgery or anything like that. I basically sold my car and I walked everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm wiping away tears. I apologize for that. So, that's basically how I got rid of it. I didn't change my eating habit. I still eat. I mean, you know, that's just how it is. And just a background that people don't know what I started from. I weighed 286 pounds 3 years ago. And I was getting weight today. I am 163. So it's a huge difference. And it's an emotional difference. You know, people ask me, am I happy? It's not the point of being happy, you know. If there are underlying issues before that has nothing to do with weight or anything like that, then, you know, those have to be resolved. As most people know, I do struggle with ADD, anxiety, and depression. So that's always been there. And being weight, that's like being a millionaire, but you're still, you know, you're not happy. You have money. Money doesn't make happiness is the old saying. So that's still there. And I still go to therapy and stuff like that. So I'm pretty much, you know, when people say that, I don't know if it's a slap in the face or they don't understand. So I try to take it in stride and try to explain to them. But sometimes it's like, okay, really? So, you know. And then this surgery, I mean, I guess I should go back to the surgery. I got my surgery February 6th. And I went into the hospital. I did not cry this time. Most people know I have cried before every single surgery. I did not cry. But I did cry, however, when I got out of the hospital because I did not recognize myself. I was swollen. I was so swollen. I think I looked like the Michelin Man. And that kind of just sucked because my lighting is like not, it went back to normal. I'm sorry about that. We'll wait. Sorry. So nasty. But, I got it February 6th. And I had an IV, but I didn't have a regular IV. I had an IV that was in the neck right there. There might be a little scar. Well, you don't really see the marks anymore. But I got my IV through the neck. However, when they did it, I was not awake when they did it. They did it in my arm, and then they moved it to my neck. And that was probably the most... Oh, well, it wasn't uncomfortable because I was probably loaded up on pain meds. I don't know. Hell, I have no idea. So, and then I got the IV out, but then I didn't know with an IV in your neck that you swell up all over. So hence I could not fit anything. Even for my first post-op appointment, I could not put on leggings. When you can imagine that you can't fit your leggings, that's a big deal. So I was crying. I broke down. I said, oh my God. What the heck happened? Why did I do this? But I do that with every surgery. So it's like that excitement, that fear, the anxiety, happiness in the hospital, crying, getting mad, and now going up the upswing of healing. So it's it's like a 7-step program or something like that. But it's been tedious, you know. My arms burn. They feel like they're tugging at times. Taking a shower is really hard because I can't really put my arms up too high, because if not, there is a, I wish I could show you the incision, but the incision is right here. And, you know, you're afraid of getting anything in it, so you have to be really delicate with it. And on top of that, you have to make sure that you're using the right soap. Make sure you're not snagging anything, making sure that the stitch, like today, I had to get 2 stitches removed from the back because they were poking out. But I still have stitches on the underarm going all the way to my elbow that are still healing as well. So you have to see and make sure that they heal. Hence why they will not let me go back so soon. So, sleeping is kind of difficult because you can't roll over, and you can't sleep on your arm or anything like that. Sometimes your arm gets tensed up. Sometimes your arm goes numb. Sometimes you can't feel anything. But do I see a difference? I do see a big difference, as opposed to, I have a coat from, I guess I can mention the name. I got a coat from Zara that I really couldn't fit, but, you know, I'm just like, I'm going to shove myself in there because that's just how I am. I will fit it some type of way. Everybody does that. But now the coat, I can actually fit the coat with a sweatshirt now and still have room. So that kind of tells you what the levels that I have gone through. So many people now, I'm probably asking nosy people, probably ask what size I am. I am probably a size 6 or 4 on top, and I wear a size 4 or 6 in pants. I am 5'8" as well. So height does give me that advantage. I don't have a booty or nothing. I don't have hips, so I don't, you know, just DNA makeup, I guess. So this journey has been long. It's been a big one, and I hear people say inspiration. I don't think of myself as that. I'm glad to help. If my journey helped anybody, there was no secret to this. But I wanted to fight because I was told I couldn't. And when people tell me I can't, I either get pissed off and I get mad. So, and that's what I did. I wanted to prove people wrong. And that was my mission. And I think I completed that mission. I think one of the shows that probably explains something that I went through is a show on TLC called Skin Tight. And, you know, people probably say, oh, I'll be glad to lose the weight and have the skin. No, you won't. No, you won't. You won't. Because it's like you did all of that work, and that work that you did, but you still see the remnants of what you have left over. And if you have the means to do it, and I asked somebody that, I said, if you have the means to do it, you would do it. Yeah, it's painful. Heck yeah, painful. You stub your toe, it's painful. So that, that question kind of, you know, gets me irritated. But if you had the means to do it, I'm sure many people would do it. With weight, you know, I know with me, I went downhill, and after the military, and I ate. Do I still get out? I don't get out because I'm very introverted. I only let a select few of people in my circle. So that's one thing. And but I do like just being by myself a lot, even though I don't want to be by myself. If that makes sense, you know. But I couldn't be happier with the outcomes. I mean, the first time I probably got mad and I looked at myself and I just think I look like Frankenstein. And people ask about how the scarring is. I really don't care how the scarring is because it wasn't done for cosmetic reasons. It was done for health reasons. And doing it kind of, you know, doing it was a thing of saying goodbye to past bad breakup, I guess. I guess that's the way I can put it. I don't know. This video is getting kind of long. I probably should end it. But I just wanted to put this video out there that, you know, any questions, concerns, if you have bitches, complaints, I really don't want to hear them. I really don't care. I got enough issues going on in this head of mine every single day. So I guess I should end it, but I will be glad to share my experience with anybody that will want to know. You can DM me, you can message me, you can ask me questions. I just want to stress, I did not do a diet or anything. I will, you know, and cliche, you know, I might say, you know, it took a lot of strength, and you know, I can never thank Dr. Yang and Dr. Gray enough because they gave me, you know, tough love. And, you know, it paid off. The cost I cannot share with you because I don't know how much it was. And even if I did, I won't disclose that because I don't think that's any of anybody's business. I think if you want something done, you can probably research it and figure it out and see how much it is. There's a good site, realself.com, that explains how cosmetic surgery is. I do want to stress the fact that when people bash any kind of plastic surgery, I think people can do whatever they want. If you get enhancements, but plastic surgery only doesn't go with enhancements. They go with people that get skin grafts, burn victims, anything like that, skin removal. It doesn't just pertain to that enhancement thing. So I just want people to get that out of their head because it doesn't just, you know, pertain to that. And just remove that out of your head. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So with my brachioplasty, you know, it takes time to heal. I had drains for 2 weeks. Well, in 1 week, I got them taken out the first week. Like I said, showering, a little bit TMI, going to the bathroom was kind of hard. Brushing your teeth was hard. The bandages, you know, like I said, I had a home healthcare nurse this time, so they did come over and change the bandages, so I wouldn't pass out on the floor, and I had to call 911 and worry about if I was going to be eaten alive or just rot to death. I don't know, but that was the good point. Be careful with pain medicines because you will get constipated. That was a big thing too with surgery. You know, be careful of that. Have like some cold, I'm not going to say cold. Drink some magnesium citrate. That's just going to wash everything out. You probably lose like 10 pounds then. Drinking water helps, but you know, everybody says drinking water helps. Like I said, I still really don't have an appetite, but that's just probably how lifestyle changes and everything like that. I really don't eat too much. Although I do cook for myself. That was hard too. So when you're in here and everything and you're cooking, but you want something to eat, but you can't cook because it's like, oh my God, I can't move my arms or anything like that. So you're starving to death. You're literally eating like saltines or something like that and drinking water. Even though you have the means to buy something. I wasn't about to do it. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. I just wrote, yeah, it was kind of, man, I wish I would have did something then to show people, but it probably would have turned into like a dramatic series. So yeah, but that's all I really have to say, just to update everybody. And questions, go ahead. Just wanted to share my experience. And my experience is not going to be like everybody else's. It's going to be different. So good luck, God bless, and take care. Bye.